Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Green and done for the day. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Hey, Timo. How are you? Good to see you. Nice. Oh, that's great. That's great. Really happy to hear that. Oh, overnight inventory was long forever. It was nuts, and it only finally started to correct lower. Boy. Oh. Now, Cisco sat in that trade for hours, literally. He's in Hawaii. It's 4 a.m. there. So he finally got to close it and go to sleep. But we'll go into that in a second. Um, I was going to try and do an execution lab today. This flu has kind of got another hit on me, so I'm going to have to postpone that until next week. We'll do it Monday or Tuesday. And usually by Friday, people are so burnt out that they really. Somebody told me, they said, JJ, probably not the best thing to do something where people have to concentrate on a Friday. So we'll delay the execution for Monday or Tuesday. Let you guys get fresh, and me too, because I have not taken a trade at all today. Had a bit of a fever this morning, so it was a little harder for me to concentrate. So as usual, when I'm not 100%, I don't trade. There's no use for me putting money at risk. Um, so let's see what we have here. No gap because we're back inside yesterday's range. So I think it's just going to be back and forth. I do expect some levels to be tested. One is 64, where we're at right now. Is the other one is that 68.54. So what I want to see is we have had on this 4-hour candle chart, we had we had 68.54. We've had sellers here for days. And we finally broke up and accepted over it yesterday into the close and then today in the overnight. Do we stay above 54 and a quarter? That's really, that's your big level of today is 54. If we get underneath that 54, you'll look for those lows on the 4-hour and 31. If we do a look below and fail, then you'll just get movement back and forth. Today is Friday. The next Fed meeting is on Wednesday of next week. So you have Monday and Tuesday for these people to get rid of their inventory that they bought here, and they are selling that up here. Okay? And we're just kind of going sideways. Okay? Keep that in mind. That is the agenda. Wholesalers are selling here. They're not looking for new highs right away because they have inventory and there is no urgency to put in a new high at the beginning of a month. So at the end of the year, there will be, right? There is a financial urgency to do something that will create the order flow to do so. That's what we watch. We look at the agenda, and if that agenda gets put to work, can they successfully create the order flow? Can they create the buying? Can they get people buying enough where they go, oh, okay, we can lift the offers and pull price up? Another big, as you can see, The high is 68.86. The low is 68.56. So we've got another pretty decent size profile, right, in the overnight. Big ranges. We're taking out the lower stops here. And look where we came right back to the cost basis of yesterday. We flushed it, took out the old low, put in a new one, and look where we stopped. We stopped right here. Now, if I was on the ball, I would have been buying 57, 58, 59 with my out at 54 and looking for 66 as my target. That would have been a nice market profile trade. Look below and fail of 62 up to 69. That's what we've got right now. And let's see what kind of back and forth action we get. Remember, as we get to VWAP, if we do get up to VWAP, there are going to be sellers there. So Mark was asking, how do you trade this, right? So if you were looking to short the market, right now, why would you be shorting the market at night? Well, because overnight inventory was long. When overnight inventory is long, it looks to correct lower, right? You guys are with me? Yes? No? Overnight inventory is long, you look for a correction lower. Now, the problem is you can't scalp this because it's choppy and very tight. So what you have to do is you have to build a position. Now, he started building a position. He was in that trade, like when I got up, 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning. He's been in that trade all night. And using that 83 and where those sellers are as your risk. Right? So you can't scalp this on a short. You've got to build a short position, hang on to it, and be prepared to get out of it at 83. And then when it collapses, you better have your bids in so you cover. And that's exactly what he did. That was a textbook build a short position trade based on overnight inventory and identifying that there was a seller. Right? That's really all you need to do. Oh, thanks, Jimmy. That's great. You guys all have homework this weekend. You have to watch a car auction. Okay, I'll post the link later. Jimmy in our room, his uncle runs a car auction, and he's got some pretty nice stuff there. But you guys get to watch that over the weekend. So you guys can understand how price goes up and down, right? I'll post it in the Traders Lounge. You could watch how order flow and price interact. You know what? Hex, I don't know if there's supposed to be news at 9. I haven't even looked. I've been very irresponsible today. Let's go take a look. Friday. Personal income at 10. PCE index delayed report. Delayed report. Consumer sentiment 10 o'clock. Thanks, Mark. There you go. So, back to where we started, right? It's the rotations of the market. That's all it is, folks. We just grab some inventory, take it higher, sell it for as long as we can. When they get tired of buying it, put it on sale. Thanks, Supra. I'd fully expect the overnight low to get tested. Don't be surprised if it does. Okay? Remember, these markets are rotational, so nothing is guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that we'll go up. It's not guaranteed that we'll sell off. So you really have to be on your toes and really trade accordingly, because that's the way it's going to be going into the end of the year. It's going to be a challenging trading environment. I told you already that it would be. Tonight's Globex session, usually I can squeeze out a trade here and there in Globex. I did not see anything that fit the way I could do business, especially with a bit of a cold, not feeling well. Just really difficult. I was short biased earlier, Simpson. Now I'm rotation biased. So I won't be short biased until we break 68.54. And then if we do break 68.54, my targets are 50 and 46. And then 43. Mr. Okay. So, oh man, this YouTube, I tell you. Yeah, I'll scalp micros. Yeah, I made good money this year, so I'm not going to blow it, throw it away. How do we know under what context to execute and when to do it? You have to. How long have you been trading, Rebel? Do you have a trade setup? Do you understand when it makes sense to take a trade? So the context to execute means, is there business going on that I can take advantage of? Like, for example, here. Right? This is how we do it. The market looks below an area, right? So I'm watching 62. The sell orders that take the market under 62 get absorbed, and then the market rotates back up. Okay? So when the market goes up, usually what I'll do is I'll jump in and buy this, put my stop underneath 62, and then put my sell orders out. So as the market goes up, it takes me out. Does that make sense? So the business premise for the trade is that the sell orders under 62 are complete. My risk is just under 62 because If I buy inventory between 63 and 64, if it's offered at 61, right, you have inventory that's mispriced. It's a simple basic trade. It happens on every time frame, from a 1 minute time frame to a daily time frame. You don't need a high win rate because your risk is very, very tight. So what this does is it keeps you from getting long here, averaging down here, averaging down here, averaging down here. If you're long here and it breaks that level, you're out of the trade. Pretty simple. Well, yeah, you need to be, you know what? You need to be patient with yourself so you're not jonesing for trades, right? And you really need to understand the business where you're putting money at risk. So here, say you were buying a breakout over 69, okay? So say, for example, I'm buying 71. I'm going to put my stop probably under these candles here. See? Right? I'd have maybe a 69 3/4 stop. This is not a look below and fail. This is a breakout. So this is how you would... Okay, now if I know the market's breaking out, I know that there are going to be sellers here and here and here. So how do I know that they're going to be sellers there? Because the top of the candles on the way down is where the sellers initiate. They will be there again because they have size. Right? So here you could see that that seller at 70 half is already there, right? You can see how the seller is right there. You don't need any fancy software. All you need, right, is the ability to pay attention, which most people don't have, right? So if you are long, say you're long 70, 71, your danger level is here at 69 and a half and your out is 69. You're going to put some sell orders up here, right, just past this and just past here, and you stagger your sell orders. So as the market goes up, it takes you out of your product. You use your sell orders to tell you whether or not the trade is working, right? You use the sell orders to tell you whether the trade is working. So if I'm long 71 and I'm offered at 72, right, and the market's getting just hit at 71 and a half, can't get past it. Yes, if you overtrade W9, commissions and spreads will eat up most of your profits. That's why I only take 2 to 3 trades a day. Maybe in a busy day, I'll take 3 to 5. So I'm out one at 72. I'm offered at 73 for my next one. There you go. Yeah, if you're not fine with getting stopped out, you need to find something else to do. Right? If you overtrade, you need to find something else to do. Right? We have an AI that can help you with that, but you still got to do the work. Right? You still got to do the work. If you have no self-discipline, you got to find something else to do. Unless you can discipline yourself. Right? We don't spend that much in commission. It's like 85 cents round trip on a micro and a couple of bucks on a mini. So if commissions are eating up your profits, you're over trading like like a crackhead. Make sense? Ego will be very expensive. The smarter you think you are, the more money you will lose. Guaranteed. Right? right? The smarter you think you are, the more money you're going to lose. Like you could see, like, people come on the stream, you'll see them making wise ass comments, and they disappear, you know? So just keep your head down, do the work, use our AI. If you really want to learn how to do this, I fully suggest joining our trading room. You're not going to get better information for anything less. Right now, Steve's running a deal. We have the AI trading coach, and also we have the trading syndicate. And you got to reframe how you look at stops. A stop is insurance on your account. A stop is also giving you information. You get a 2-for-1 deal with a stop, right? Right? And there's going to be a seller before VWAP, so if you're long position here, get your orders out, right? You will have to take responsibility for yourself when you're a trader. You can't avoid it. This is a tough business. Most of you will never make it in this business, right? That's the way life is. It's a tough business. If you think retail is tough, wait till if you try getting on an institutional desk, they'll rip your face off. The shit that you guys pull in a retail trading environment, they wouldn't put up with that for a second on the other side. Right? I mean, there's no, people being heroes on Instagram. All that stuff just ends right quick. Can you bring in revenue or not? If you're a cost center, you're gone. Right? Blowing up accounts, doing all that stuff, that's not how business is done. Right? You know, all the tough guys on social media, tough guys making comments on YouTube, all those people would not last. They wouldn't even get past the door in a Wall Street firm. Right? They wouldn't even get past the door. So if you want to make money in this business, join our trading room. Don't be a schmuck. Come and learn. Learn how to make proper trades. Learn how to do proper business. Learn how not to throw your money away, not to blow up accounts. Mr. Simpson, I wouldn't even let you on the fucking sidewalk. You are a perfect example of an internet tough guy. Now go have your mommy go make you some tomato soup and you'll be fine. Okay? Right? Just get up from the basement and go talk to mom. She'll pat you on the head. What's up, I am listening. How you doing? Nice, slow, easy price action. Seller at VWAP. It's too early to roll the contract. Why would you roll the contract now? The new contract has traded 30 contracts. Why would you trade it? Why would you roll it today? Mahindra will try and do that. So the new contract is trading 69.91 and it's only traded 30 contracts, so there's no reason to roll it. No problem. Why is your VWAP different? 68.72. It's different data sources, and do you have it anchored, Mark, at 6 p.m. New York time? My VWAP is anchored at 6 p.m. New York time. It's okay, Howard. So, check this out. We're creeping above VWAP. What does that mean when we're creeping above VWAP, everyone? It means people are short underneath it. Otherwise, who the hell would be buying this? Right? So when this market did this, how many people are short under 69, under 62? They're pushing that bid all the way up. We should have hit VWAP and done this. Instead, we're doing this. Right? We know it's going to open, Gunge. There's a clock right there on my monitor here. That's what this says here. We're going to open in 43 seconds. The market's showing you where the short sellers are trapped. They're trapped under 71. You can see it right on the candles. You just got to know what to look for. Come to our trading room. I'll teach you what to look for. Right? Off we go. If it creeps above yesterday's high, you're looking for the overnight pocket 80, and you should run into some traffic once we get up here. Right there. Long 78.5, selling 81 flat. Sorry, 80.5. Nice reversal. Nice rotations. See if 83 works. Should be a seller there. If we accept above 83, please be careful on the short. Next target is the overnight high. Now, how many people do you think are short? I think quite a few. I think quite a few. Right, that was a nice short trap. Yep. Let's see if we can run the overnight high. That'll run some stops. If not, if you're shorting the overnight high, your stop's going to be 87. You'll be looking for covers around 83.5. There's 83 and a half. Do the bids hold? If 83 and a half fails, we'll come down to that 81, 82 area. Exactly, Moran. There were no sellers at 76 at all. Hey, Rudy, how you doing? Point of control moves up. Now we're going to distribute, right? We are long inventory under 76 and under 69. We will sell it between 80 and 84, wherever they can take it. I'm good, Rudy. I'm good. Ready for the weekend. Oh. If we can get enough people short under 83, we'll take out the overnight high. Yeah, exactly, Eric. Those late to the party shorts always get trapped. There's 83. I don't trade distribution. When the candles get small, that means just chill out, back off. Let the large traders work this area out. It's a very southern thing to say, Jam. uh, what do you guys say down south when you want to insult somebody? Bless your heart. Right? That's a very polite southern way of telling someone to F off. Well, bless your heart. uh, you guys are hilarious. Uh, all right, here we go. We got a seller. Can we sell under 83? All right. Looking for a break of 80. If we get back up over 83, be careful. Watch that white line. That line was resistance. If it becomes support, we're in trouble if you're short. Right? I'm short 82, covered one at 81. I have a bid at 80 and a quarter, but I don't think it's going to get filled. So let's see what happens. Filled at 80 and a quarter. There we go. I'm flat. Just scalping the micro. Nice, easy day. Hey, Christian, what's up? How you doing? Now we're looking for a retrace down to VWAP, right? Somewhere in that big green candle that y'all had, it'll it'll there'll be a bid somewhere in that big green candle from 75 to 80. Let's go look for it. There should be some sellers at 83, 83 quarter, 83 half. If there aren't, that means they saw buyers and they're raising prices. Watch for the overnight high to get taken now. They're still selling the 85s. That's okay. It's incredibly precise. It, it'll stop to the tick where the sellers initiated before. It'll stop to the tick where the sellers stopped selling last time, if those bids are still there. It's just a very simple way to trade. We like to keep the analysis simple in our room. Why? Because there's no way that you are going to be able to make money if you're looking at 20, 30 things. If you're trying to correlate ES with NASDAQ with this and look at the large stocks, and here's a little helpful tip from someone who's created more order flow than you'll ever trade. Pay attention to the order flow and the chart of what you're trading, especially when you're starting to do this. Don't look at 20 or 30 different things. Focus on one instrument and learn how to trade it well. Don't get, oh, ES is not doing anything, I'm going to go trade NASDAQ. Well, are you good at trading NASDAQ? No, but I'm just going to go over there and blow some money, right? Just for shits and giggles, right? Don't be that guy, right? Be smart. See how it's going back and forth like this? This is suboptimal trading. Right? Now, if you hit a short, you want it to break that 80 level and stay under 80 and come down. See how it hits 80 and 3/4 and it just bids? It's slow enough you could see it. It should break that now. If it doesn't, that means someone's really trapped short under 79. I know, Lear. Yeah, but you've been at this for a while, and if you've had your fair share of ass whoopings. So I suggest if you don't know what you're doing, is to focus on one thing and learn it well. Be dialed in. There's that break that we're looking for. Now we're looking for 76 as a target. 76, 77. That was a big sell order, Jim, right? So the sellers were selling happily over 81. Some competition came in. They whacked it down to 79. They could sell it all the way down to 69 and still be in profit, right? Not a problem. Bitcoin. Let me take a look. I was really waiting for Bitcoin to come down under 76,000. It's not. I was being a little too opportunistic. We're right at the 200 on the 4 hour. I'll do some analysis on the weekend. There's 76. As this market gets up to this 80, 81 area, I think we will find a seller. Wait for the next candle. If the next candle opens and can't get above 81, it'll come back down. Otherwise, it'll be annoying and go all the way back up to 83. Well, that's an even better number, $6 million man. I'd rather buy it at 32,000 than 76. Yeah, because sure you could ask why. Because your life is dependent on the offer, right? When I see a market offer lower, I know on my short, like I'm short at 80, I'm covering 78 and a quarter, I'm covering 78 half, and I do that by watching the offer. Sure, we just did a look above and fail of 81. The offer couldn't get above 81. I shorted 80, right? The offer came down, I covered. Traders for thousands of years have been watching the offer. You guys don't even think about it. The offer is what sets the price. The offer is what sets the price according. Let me put it to you this way, and I know this sounds rude. The ask or the offer, but nobody understands unless I tell them this. The ask, that's the smart money. Those are the people who have the supply. The bid are the suckers. Okay? When the smart money sees a lot of idiots come in, they raise the offer. When the smart money sees the idiots going to the parking lot, they lower the offer to capture the buying. Does that make sense? The ask is the smart money. The bid are the fools chasing price. They bid the market up, the ask fills. Your job as a trader is to distribute volume. Trading is not trading a couple of contracts back and forth. Trading is getting inventory, 5,000, 10,000 contracts and distributing them for a profit. That's what real traders do. Real trading is when you come into a market, you take 5, 10, $20 million out of it, and then nobody even knows that you were there. That's real trading. That's what we are trained to do. Okay? So if you want to learn how to actually make money in this, right? If you go on YouTube and you go on the internet, you'll see all sorts of like just really dumbass comments, right? And just pay attention. Watch a 1 minute candle chart, right? You could see how the market lowered price to 76, found some buyers, and then raised price. That's all it is. If you watch the offer, your life will be so much easier. How do I know? I was the offer for decades. And I have sold more stock into the US markets than you guys will have ever traded. I have literally sold tens of billions of shares of stock into US markets. Decent bid at 76, eh, Lair? There's some shorts underneath VWAP. That's why they call it a market, ladies and gentlemen. That's why they don't call it a hot tub, right? It's markets are there to distribute inventory. Mr. Simpson, first try selling hot dogs, then we'll give you a shot. You're a bit of a wingnut, man. The comments you sometimes make on that thing, you're not exactly a stable hire. uh, is it Bart Simpson? It might be Bart Simpson's dad, right? Mr. Simpson is one of those guys who goes on YouTube streams and tries to get the person who's talking. He's an instigator. He likes to just go and cause shit. He pops in every once in a while. He's like a fly. He buzzes around. Exactly. Looking for 68, 68.85. I don't know. I still think we're going to take a run at this overnight high. Right. What's up, Eric? How you doing? How are the kids? It's good to see you in the room. And we're just creeping on that overnight high. Creep, creep, creep. Let's see. Can we take it out? They sold into it. Let's see if we can accept above it. News in 10 minutes. Thanks, Gambit. Creep it. Here we go. Oh, there's a seller. Oh, look at that. Somebody pounded it right there at 86, 87. Okay. Aggressive seller. That's always good to see. There you go. I am, Eric. Thank you. Let's see if that seller's still there. If they are, we can take a poke at it at 85 and put your stops up there. But if it creeps back up over it, right there, see 85, 86. If that aggressive seller is not there, that will lull a bunch of shorts into hitting this thing. I'm just watching. Yeah, good observation. The seller is gone. screw that up. Where am I long? I'm long 86 out at 88. Oh, 87 and a half. Not the greatest trade. I should actually not even taken that trade. If we hold the overnight high, we will rotate up. Next set of stops structurally is up at 93. See, if you're watching the offer now, you see how the offer is moving higher? There'll be like little brief bursts of buying. There's not much follow through. Like it rips and then it drops back, finds a bid, hits that bid, and then the offer lifts again. And we're creeping. Creeping, creeping, creeping. Next level up is that 93, 94 area. That's on TPO and on the 4-hour candle. Excuse me. We finally got people to start lifting the offer. Why? Buying begets buying. It's the strangest thing you'll ever learn, and I learned that working in a boiler room. Well, the all-time highs are what, 69.45x? It's a bit of a ways there. What are we going to do next week? If we run the all-time high now, what are we going to do next week? We're going to have nothing to do. Boy. Crazy business this is. Well, you already got that, Jam. Remember, we're going into contract rollover next week with quite a few people short. And unless they get some sort of corrective action when the Fed, on Fed Day, December could be a slow meat grinder up. Let's see how short they are under 86. If they're really short, 86 will hold because it'll bid. If they're not short, if they see size, it'll drop under 86 and we'll come back down to that 81 area. Still waiting. Uh, found bids at 86. See you, Badir. Thank you for this week. Thanks for all the work you've done. I'll check in with you on the weekend with respect to that software. Definitely. It's quite brilliant. I want to release it into the room, but I need to do a video and explain what it is. Oh, this is hard to trade. Distribution is such a pain. Get a couple of quick trades in, and then it's best to kind of chill out. News on deck here. Let's see how it does. A little bit of action from the news. Let's see if we can take that 93 stop. Nope, not just yet. Not strong enough. Yeah, there's no reason to lose your temper in this. I had decades of losing my temper. Is the data in line? I never look at the data. I just keep my eye on the chart. Definitely scalping. Very V-shaped. Couple of V's. We'll see, Al. We'll see if we can get down to 86. See you, Eric. Have a good weekend, brother. I hate breakout trading. I hate breakouts unless I've got a whole bunch of supply to sell into the breakout. See, do we hit that 68.94 quarter? I think we did, didn't we? Close. Above it now. Looking for 97. If they weren't trapped before, they're trapped now. Yeah, unfortunately, Al, Fridays do love a good markup. Now, here's the thing with this crazy ES. It could go straight up for maybe an hour or two. And then as soon as I get off stream, it'll collapse. Get people short again, flush out inventory, and just keep repeating the same thing. Right? So we just hit 97. The levels are working okay. Now, 6,900 is that nice round number, right? Everyone's watching 6,900. Um, let's see if they front run it. I'll just draw a line there. I think Raj is driving his mother to the doctor's. That's why. He put the curse on and he left. Hey, at least we didn't get a gap. Here we go. A little look above and fail of 68.97. Where are we going to find the bid? A little bit of a backfill here. Good stuff, Mike. Have a good weekend. Well done. Take the money and run, as the song says. I posted it earlier, Al. I never look at the news. I just make sure I'm not in a trade when news comes out. That's how I trade news. When news comes out, I get the hell out of the way. Let everybody else get run over and then wait for my trade setup. 6,900 to the tick. Well, that wasn't hard to call out. It is. That's a great point, Dragon. That's slow one time framing up. Oh, it's way below us, Howard. Don't be sorry. It's cool. The POC is at 81.5. The overnight POC is at 80. We're in pure distribution. So I'm now looking for 69.04, 69.03 and 3/4 to 4. Those are the upper levels. As the fall short squeeze continues. The next big stop is going to be, Jesus, 69.09 and 3/4, 69.10. That's where the next big set of structural stops are. There they are. 9 and 3/4 and 11 and 3/4. Yeah, we're close there, Al. We're close. Okay. lots of time in this half-hour bar. We've got 21 minutes left. If we break 96, you'll look for bids here. Once again, a little distribution. And distributions are a pain to trade. Hey, Marky, what's going on? How you doing? Happy Friday. When the candles get smaller, it means business is getting slow. I'm not calling out trades here because there's nothing to trade. Sorry, folks. You could scalp around here if you want, but I don't see a clear setup. Maybe a look above and fail of 69.04. But right now, there is no reason for them to discount price under 97. I don't feel comfortable going long at the top of an initial range, so just chill, wait. Gosh, this is really boring. Anybody still awake? Let's see how these cool kid stocks are doing. BMNR back over 35. Ugh, that was an ugly one. I got to look at the MSTR. It's stuck. That's not going anywhere for a while. Apple 280. Where's NVIDIA? NVIDIA is back over 179, so let's see if it can crawl back over 186 into the new year. Into year end. Tesla heading for 462 again. Hey, Dragon, thank you. Wow. Yeah, that's really good because I really do not. I'm always trying to learn how you guys think. I'm used to taking your money. I'm not used to trying to make you money. That's what the last 12, 13 years has been around. It's easy to take your money, but teaching you guys how to make money has been difficult, right? Thankfully, we have a lot of, you know, tools to help and things like that, and I keep working on trying to become a better teacher. PLTR, you're looking for 182, my friend. Thanks, Rudy. Definitely. I'd say PLTR is, they did a great job. They did a great job bringing it back to life. No, I haven't looked at any stocks lately, Houdini. I look at levels. I have friends and investors and things like that who own these deals that I just chart so I can give them levels. Are we at 3 3/4 yet? 69.03 and 3/4? Almost, huh? Just there it is. We're right there. Let's see if we can catch a seller now. Let's see if we get some liquidation. Good grief. If we take out 3 3/4 and accept, there's 3 3/4 to the tick. If you're shorting this, you're still in the front side of the move. The seller hasn't shown themselves yet. They will. Just gotta wait for them to show up. Short 3, covering 2. Got a bid at 1.5 for my last contract, and I am flat. Oh, that was just a little scalp to see if that level would work. Well, you could look at time frame. You could look at time frame, and I would say the most fresh shorts are trapped here, Gambit. The next set of shorts are trapped under 86. And then the next set of shorts are trapped under 73. So I'd go 80, 96, 85, 86, and then under 74. Oh, the rectangles, Mahindra, are made up from, if you look at my old videos, I do the balance zones every night. They're a cost basis, so I find a cost basis. Then I double the cost basis. So this is the cost basis. This is 2 times. This is 4 times. This is 8 times. Why do I do that? Because if you know how much they paid for everything, why would you be buying it at the top of 4 times cost basis, right? It's not always 7 points. These change every day. I post them in the room. So Gambit, as we start to sell off now, right? So our 69.03 and 3/4 worked. Right? Remember, guys, it's a market. It's a market. People who overcomplicate this stuff, there's no reason to overcomplicate this. Right? We knew that there was going to be a seller at 4, 3 and 3/4. That's why I was short 3. Right? I was shorting the backfill. Now let's go find out where the large buyers are, and you'll find that out from the bottom of the next couple of candles. Right? Just be patient. Wait for them to show themselves. Once they show themselves, you're good to go. Then you can execute. See how we couldn't get under 98? That's where the latest set of shorts are trapped, Gambit. Now, do we stick the 6904s or do we climb over that? If we take out 6904, you're looking for, these are your upper stops. Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Teabag King. Be careful what you wish for. These are our upper levels that we'll be looking at. I'm kind of hoping we get some liquidation now. This going straight up is a pain in the butt. Remember when did I tell you guys this? I think it was this day here. I told you guys, if the lows start getting higher, because everybody was expecting this to come back down and fill the gap, right? So you got to think, all these jabronis are shorting. Why do you think we're getting the lift that we're getting now? Right? It's because all the idiots that are shorting under 54, 44, 34 and holding and adding to it. Yeah, when I sign off in 7 minutes, we'll get a liquidation. You're right. And I said, if they hold price stability, right? Price stability equals buyers. right? Price stability brings in buying. Really knock it up on that 904. Let's see if what happens here. The longer you can hold price up, the more suckers you can bring in, right? That's Boiler Room 101. I was a trader for a boiler room after 9/11. After 9/11, my boss got arrested for trading for the mob. So I was persona non grata. Nobody would hire me. And I ended up working for this guy who looked like Colonel Sanders. And he had a phone room with about 4 or 5 guys in it. Small phone room. Wobistics, exactly. I have been known to throw hot coffee on people just to wake them up. Um, so I was the trader for the boiler room, and the one lesson I learned there is if you hold price up, they will come and buy. That's why after a stock sells off, those penny stocks, if you don't hold it up, man, everyone's just gonna dump it. Now that doesn't happen in the ES because there's nobody with zero cost basis paper, right? All penny stock deals, there are people who own the stock at literally next to nothing. They paid 5 grand for 5 million shares. Think about that cost basis. Yeah. And if you could hold price steady, that breeds confidence. That builds confidence. Holding price steady is like having a lineup outside a nightclub. Everybody just automatically goes and stands in line. They don't even know why they're standing in line. No, those are different stocks. Those are real deals, right? Meta, Microsoft, Apple. Those aren't penny stocks, right? So there's nobody who owns stock at like half a penny in Apple, right? They don't. Apple makes them. Apple actually makes enough money that they can pay their bills, so they don't have to sell stock at a discount. Let's see if we can break 6,900. Pre-major corrections, you will see signs of the correction happening. You'll see order books getting thin. You'll see some signs. I'm never good at timing the correction. How do you convince investors on roadshows that it's a good investment if insiders own 10 million shares for 10 grand? Oh, brother, that is. See, the thing is that you guys don't know that we own 10 million shares for 10 grand. You guys see a pretty person on influencer telling you to buy the stock, you guys will buy the stock. You go into a Reddit room, you'll buy the stock, right? FinTwit, you'll buy the stock. And that has been that way. See, the point of control moved up. Now we're going to get some liquidation. Let's see if we can take out 92 and just this area right here. See you, Rudy. Have a good weekend, brother. And that goes for the rest of you folks. Have a wonderful weekend. Come check us out at thetradingsyndicate.org. Steve was always running some kind of a deal. Basically, with our AI trading coach and the trading room, if you can't make money doing this, you're not going to make money anywhere. Thanks, Renee. Thanks, Jam. Folks, have a great weekend. I'll get the weekend update video out tomorrow. Try and get it out on Saturday instead of Sunday. Have a great weekend. Thanks, everyone. Stay out of trouble. And if you can't stay out of trouble, please don't get caught. Come visit us at thetradingsyndicate.org. And as always, do not take candy from strange market makers, folks. Thank you so much. Bye for now.